All right. Nice to see all of you. So my name is Martin Bergö. I'm the Vice President of Karolinska Institutet since 2023. And just a little bit about myself. So I actually have my research group here in the next building in Flemingsberg at Medicin Huddinge. And we're doing research on cancer. It's mostly basic and translational research. Primarily focusing on the effects of antioxidants and oxidative stress on metastasis. And it is difficult, I have to say, to be vice president and run a research group, but it is possible. And at KI, I think it's important that this is possible also for the leadership. I've also already made a new friend here from Halland. I actually live in Halland, in Onsala, so I commute up here every week and I go down for the weekends to Västkusten. But today we're going to talk about Karolinska Institutet a little bit and its role in the life science ecosystem. And you please interrupt me for questions or comments if you want. Otherwise, I'll stay after as long as it takes, as long as you need me to stay. Anyway, so some of you already know this, but I thought I'd anyway set the scene for what Karolinska Institutet is, perhaps also what it is not. So we are a one-faculty university, and we get funding from the government for research and education. And we're also expected to do a lot of collaboration and samverkan with society. And to translate our results and produce competences, kompetensförsörjning for all areas of Swedish life science and other areas. So Karolinska has Sweden's broadest range of education and research in medicine and health sciences. We have very strong basic research, but equally strong translational and clinical research. We publish over 7,000 publications annually, and 60% of them involve some kind of clinical aspect. We are good at interacting and integrating our research and education with the healthcare system and with the region. But we can be better at that. And this is something we continuously strive to do together with people on the other side, if you will. We were also very good at, but can become better at industry collaborations. And we have a dedicated unit at Karolinska Institutet administration that works solely on this. And we have some unique partnerships, long partnerships with companies in the region where we do research and innovation together. And just last week, we celebrated a 10-year, quite unique partnership with MSD. We also have strong innovation support, all the way from discovery to implementation. But I say all of these things that we're strong at, we can and will become better at. And this is something where we need to engage all of KI and all of KI's partners and associates, including many of you here, to become better. Of course, many of you know about this. Sweden is a very strong life science actor. There are many ranking lists when it comes to innovation for countries and networks and regions, and Sweden consistently ranks very high. Considering our size and population, we are quite unique in the world. And a substantial proportion of Swedish export is life science. And the strongest, or the one exportvara that is actually the highest is läkemedel or pharmaceutical drugs. We have, like I said, world-leading scientific output per capita, and this comes from our close links between academia, healthcare, and industry. Sweden had a national life science strategy drawn up in 2019. It was updated in 2024, and this strategy has, of course, influenced the region strategy and the broader region with Uppsala's own strategy, as well as Karolinska Institutet's own strategy. But the Stockholm-Uppsala Life Science Cluster, which is something that we talk the most about and that we really want to strengthen and make one of the great innovation hubs in the world. It's called Capital of Life, where we strive to strengthen cooperation across the Stockholm-Uppsala life science ecosystem to build a common strategy among key actors and attract investment and talent and strategic partnerships. Karolinska Institutet also has a strategy from 2019. And that is, it's going on 8 years old since it was discussed and decided. So it has a few years on the road now. But one of the things we mentioned there is we want to deepen collaboration within this region and build capacity across these sectors. We want to strengthen the system-level conditions for translation and make it more self-evident to translate and to innovate. Because, like I said, it's been 7 years, and since our president Annika and I started our jobs in 2023, we have made lots of changes at Karolinska Institutet. How we govern it, how we structure it, how we lead it, how we have dialogue about problems, and how we take a more shared responsibility. And it's quite substantial, these changes, so we have already decided to start working on a new strategy, which might go to 2035 or so, and will be, for hopefully, a little bit more driven. It'll allow us to collect ourselves around a common ambition and strategy. But one of the most important things to remember about strategy is that it can go nowhere without culture. I mean, you know the concept of culture eats strategy for breakfast. It really is true. We have to build trust, we have to build networks, we have to meet more often, and we have to have a system where people feel from the beginning, well, if I go this way, I'm very likely to succeed, because look at the history here. So I think trust and culture is very important. And here, I'm not just talking about a culture where we interact and talk and meet at meetings. I mean the culture of our surrounding areas. So here in Flemingsberg, you need to get students to want to move here. You need to make faculty want to move here. We need to have attractive housing, and we need to have real culture. Culture, music, arts, food, restaurants. All these things are needed for a life science hub to become really successful. So I want to emphasize that collaboration and mutual understanding of our common challenges and goals is really key for success. And they're an important part of translating knowledge and results to the community. And we know already from historical facts that these kind of transitions promotes health, and we can cure disease. So just a few words about research at KI, which you're probably aware of, but I think it's worth mentioning. It really is broad, and it covers all possible aspects of medicine and health. So health and disease throughout all stages of life, and actually some stages of death as well. We are global health, we have global health experts here. We have a whole department dedicated to this. And international collaboration is a cornerstone. So about 70% of all our publications are together with international partners. And obviously, but we have metrics for it, the publications where we have international collaboration are usually ranked higher, cited more often, and have a higher impact. Across all these general research areas, we have these other systems now. Precision medicine, advanced therapeutic and medicinal products, AI and prevention, which are together we will create the next generation of healthcare and healthcare solutions. And we have this fantastic ATMP center here. I saw Knut here there you are, before the talk, where we really have high hopes that together Karolinska Institutet, Karolinska Sjukhuset and the region will make great strides in the future. Of course, we're very strong. If we're going to pick a few areas where we're particularly strong, it would be cancer, immunology, neuroscience, diabetes, obesity, these types of disease focus areas. We're also very strong in the brain, mental health areas. And obviously, of course, registry research, epidemiology and biostatistics, which are present throughout our 21 departments that we have at KI. But the engine of discovery is our long-standing history of curiosity-driven basic research, where I consider my own research to be in. And from these areas, there are many examples where KI has translated findings into successful companies. Another one I talked to on the 7th floor here is another example. Very effective, well-governed, well-funded infrastructures are required for this to happen in an efficient way. And here are just some examples of infrastructures that we have at our university. Precision Medicine Center Karolinska, PMCK, like I mentioned, the ATMP Center, a fairly new center for AI innovation, and research infrastructures and core facilities, including SciLife Lab, Science for Life Laboratories, which I'll mention on another slide. MedTech Labs, which is another fantastic collaboration between KI, KTH, and the region, where we have many examples of technological revolutions, really, that have been translated from clinical research into real-world applications. And like I mentioned, these strategic industry collaborations. So we have a lot of new buildings, including here in Flemingsberg, with modern laboratories and core facilities. We have biobanks. We are starting to become better at extracting and using health data. And we have the national infrastructures such as SciLife Lab. They are designed to give researchers and partners access to advanced equipment and services and expertise. So a few more words about SciLife Lab. So it was founded in 2010 by 4 universities, KI, KTH, Stockholm University and Uppsala University. And together we still run SciLife Lab. And so it's run by a board where I'm a member, and there's also a rector's council where the rectors meet and interact with the director of SciLife Lab. It's very difficult to govern SciLife Lab. It's very difficult to control it and to make sure that we use these enormous resources that we actually put into it in the most responsible way. It provides advanced technologies for molecular and cellular analysis across these technological platforms. There are 10 of these platforms. For example, genomics, proteomics, imaging, bioinformatics, data-driven life science, and precision medicine. And here we have a very strong interaction also with the private sector. So the Wallenberg Foundation has provided enormous amounts of money for activities that are centered around SciLife Lab. And one of the most attractive positions, I would say, in all of Europe when it comes to an assistant professor level is the SciLife Fellow position, which comes with a big backpack of money, 6 years of salary support, etc. And when we advertise those positions, we usually get hundreds of applicants per position, and we can select world-class talent, which is great. So SciLife Lab has become a key asset for Swedish life science. There are current efforts right now to make SciLife Lab more national, and it is already national in one sense. But it's very important to remember that for SciLife Lab to be this engine of discovery and innovation, we have to concentrate resources where the best scientists and the best resources are available. And that is here in the Stockholm-Uppsala region. This is something that we try to remind politicians about. So when it comes to innovation, we have an ambition to create the best possible conditions for research and education to be implemented in society and contribute to a better health for all, a healthier future. And we have several master's programs in bioentrepreneurship. We have a School of Health Innovation. We have Stockholm School of Entrepreneurship. So we have several different strategies to really select very good students to be trained in helping us to foster this innovation ecosystem. And we have Karolinska Institutet Innovation. And we have a holding company that is owned by the government, and we have KI Innovation, which is more of the practical operator in the system. And the CEO there, Johan Weigelt, has really been a master at making order of KI innovation and aligning it for the future. And I want to mention that right now, we have a lot of activities at KI and in the region in writing these excellence cluster applications, where the government will put hundreds of millions of crowns into clusters. And we're trying to hone these ideas that come from all over KI into a set of maybe 8 or 9 cluster applications that will be submitted on 10th of June, where innovation is an essential part. It's actually half of the application relates to innovation. So I wish we had more time to write this in a better way and really think about what's best for Sweden. There's a lot of scrambling right now, but we'll have to do the best we can. And it will align us better when it comes to how innovation is viewed and applied in the future. So finally, what can KI bring to Flemingsberg and to the region? Just to summarize, we have scientific breadth and scale all the way from the atom to global public health, population-based research. We have insurance medicine and leadership in medicine, bioentrepreneurship, and everything in between. Healthcare integration, close links to hospitals, patients, diagnostics, and implementation. Yeah, and I already mentioned those other things. But I want to end with something that concerns all of us. So we have a shared regional task which comes to building this culture that I talked about. And that is to build trust, make the ecosystem easier to navigate. And for all of the researchers and students at KI, I want it to be a lot more part of the everyday discussion. It has to be self-evident to innovate. I just visited China a few weeks ago to this Guangzhou Greater Bay Area with Hong Kong and Shenzhen, which is now ranked the #1 life science region in the world in WIPO, where the places that I visited, every researcher I talked to had spun off at least one company. Everyone. So it's expected there Whereas here, if you talk to 10, you probably won't find one that has spun off a company. You know, we can't get to there as quickly as the Chinese have done, but we have to get there in the Swedish way, if you will. All right, I think that's about it. So thank you very much.